Hello, everybody. I thought that I would start out 2013 by asking you one simple question. Do you know how many layouts you did total in 2012? If the answer is no, I am going to show you how I keep track of how many layouts that I did in the year. Now, we are inside my digital layouts file folder on my external hard drive, and I keep all of my digital layouts in this one folder, so I'm not searching everywhere for them. And then you can see, and I maximized my screen so you could see a little better, I have other folders, for instance 1993 layouts, and that's usually when the pictures were dated, not necessarily when I made the layout, but that's when the photos were dated that are inside that folder in layouts. 94, 98, 2007, big leap there. I still have a lot of layouts to do, as you can see. 2008, 10, 11, and here are my 2012. I also have file folders for my flower and nature photos that I take. Doesn't really matter what date to me that those photos were taken unless I'm going to use them for a particular project. But I do love my flower and nature photos, so I divide them and put them all in one file folder, and then I can have albums created as I wish. I have all of my heritage photos, heritage layouts, in one folder. I have my layouts from my life album that I am still working on. And that probably will be a long project. Hopefully I'll get it done one of these days so that it will be done for my kids. I have one for recipe layouts. Doesn't matter when the photo was that I took, as long as I know that it's recipes. And when it gets full, I will have a recipe album printed. And then I have a few stragglers here that I was a goofball and didn't date when I made the layout nor when the photos, so I'm going to have to track those down. I can pretty much guess on my grandkids by the pictures how old they were, and go ahead and sort those into folders. So there's 9. That won't take long. So let's go back up here to 2012. I'm going to double click on my 2012. This is for the entire year. Now you're going to see some loose folders in here, loose layouts, I'm sorry, and I don't have those going in any particular album just yet, so these are loose and need to be sorted. Hopefully in 2013, which I'll get to in a little bit, I have a plan. I have a different plan for that. Even more simple than this. Okay, now this is my 2012 layout, all of them. And I do have them divided into different albums that I want. I have our 2 fur babies, Bill and Boss. I've already had a book printed from all of these layouts. Now if you notice, I have the back cover, the front cover, page 1, page 2. There are no underscore preview files in this folder. Okay, just remember the previews. Now I'm going to go back. I have this is going to be an album when I get enough layouts finished to have a book printed. Here is a previews folder. So my original size layouts are in this Little Things I Love album folder, and I have 2 previews, so I know I've done 2 layouts. We'll go back to the 2012 layouts. I did Load with Lane Amon in October of 2012. And here again is a previews folder. These are usually when I do a layout, most often it's uploaded to the web, either on my blog or to a particular challenge gallery, whatever I happen to be participating in. And I open my previews folder, and if you look down here at the bottom, you can see that there's 10 items in this. I had 2 in the other one. There's 12 layouts. Now we'll go back to the 2012, my garden album. And this one is pretty much ready to print. Again, this one I already made my front and back cover. I take flowers, pictures of my flowers, and then I also have some in our big garden that we had. And now we'll go back to, now there's no previews folder in here, and there is no preview or web underscore on any of these. So that means that they are in a previews folder here. Okay, I had a prayer journal that I did. There's previews for that. There are 13 items in this album. So we had 12, so I have 25 layouts right now. Back to my 2012. We're going to skip over the previews for right now. I did Project Life in 2012. I still have catching up there to do. There are no web or underscore previews on my layouts here. They're over here in my web previews. There are 24 items in this folder, and we had 25. So I now have 49 layouts. Back to my 2012. I started another, I think I already showed you this. We're going into it again, recipe album. No, I hadn't shown you this one. There are 19 items in here. This is almost ready for a recipe book. But there's no web, no preview underscores, no web previews folder. So I have nothing to count in here. These are photos. I won't go into that. Okay, now we are to the ones that I need to file. When I get to that, this will go into my heritage photo. Again, no web previews, no preview underscores here. So now that we've gone through the file folders, and I believe I said 49 layouts, we go into the previews folder itself. And there are 104 items in here. So I have 153 layouts that I completed in 2012. And to me, that's a pretty simple way to keep track of the total number of layouts that you actually did in 1 year. Now, what I'm planning on doing for 2013, and I can go ahead and make my new folder now. I will make my new folder. I don't want it in my 2012 layouts. Let me delete this folder. I want it in my digital layouts folder. Now I will make a new file folder. 2013 layouts. Okay, now inside that folder, I'm going to make another new folder, previews. Okay, now my 2013 is ready to go. When I make my first layout, it will show up inside this 2013 layouts folder. And when I resize it for the web, the web preview is going to go into my previews folder. And instead of having a web previews folder inside each particular album folder that I might have in 2013, I'm not going to do that this year. I'm going to put every preview into this previews folder so that I won't have to go through and search and add up. All of them will be in here. Every layout I make, I will resize it. Even if I don't post it to the web, I'm going to resize it, make a web preview, and put it into my previews folder. And then at one glance, I will know at the end of 2013 how many layouts I've made. And that's just a system that I use, and it works for me. It may not work for you, and you may already have a system that you like much better than this, but I was curious to know how many of you know how many layouts you made in the year 2012. I just find it interesting to keep track, and I'm curious as to how many layouts I really get done. Hopefully in 2013 I plan on completing some albums, and I do have a plan to include all of you so that we can actually complete some albums and have something to be very proud of at the end of this year. So I thank you for watching, and stay tuned for some more tips and tricks. Thank you for watching. See you next time.